I've always had this fear that I'm going to focus too much on my career, that I'll get to a point in my life or my age or whatever that I'm going to look back and think I should have got a husband and kids, or I'm missing out on a life that I've always wanted. Hi everyone. Oh my gosh, I am so glad to be back. I know it has been such a long time and I haven't put up any more videos since the one I put up in January, and I do apologize for that. Things have just been super busy. That's why I've not had enough time to sit down and record any videos since then. I know I'd promised I'll try to stick to every Friday, but the challenges are there. They are real, and I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So this video is just going to be about career and relationships and the joys or the freakouts of turning 25 in less than a month. So I hope you do enjoy this video. If you need to get a cup of tea or coffee or any drinks or a pillow or a blanket, or find more time for this, you do that. But it is going to be a long video, but I do hope you enjoy it. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be talking to you all. So let's begin. So yeah, in the beginning of the year, I had so many ideas that I wanted to focus on. One of them was my beauty and makeup, because I love doing that. I'm good at it. If I could make money from it, that would be great. I mean, I'd started, but it was so hard to keep up because, like I said, I was working a full-time job. Good news, I'm not anymore. I kind of stepped down and put myself in a casual position because I still do need the money, I still do need the finance, but I still want to give myself the chance to do what I love at the same time and build on that. So I'm not working a full-time job anymore. I get to now I can work within my own time, which is great. I mean, so far so good. I get to sit down here today and record this video because I know I have the time and I'm loving it. So yeah, my main objective when I started the year was to build on what I'm good at, to work for my a main aim to work for myself, main aim to build on my skills as well, to travel and see what's out there. What I learned is by traveling you get to open up your mind to so much, which is great. So earlier this year in February I got to go to Ghana. My dad works there, so it was kind of great because it cut down on my expenses. And I went to Ghana because I wanted to look at materials. I wanted to look at the business opportunities out there, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, I want to move back home. I want to move to Africa. I love the sun. I absolutely love the sun. It makes me like a different person. If you see me on a day that is cloudy and raining and snowing, and you see me on a day that's sunny, you can see the different personalities that it brings out. So for me, I want to move back. I feel comfortable being around, not that I'm not comfortable being here, don't get me wrong, I love England, I've grown up here, it's a second home to me, but I miss my own home. I miss Kenya. I know some people, their ideal is to stay here because the life there is difficult, but I'm willing to take the difficult. I am willing to fight and struggle, but be in my own comfort zone. And for me, that's what I think. It's just, I'm in love with the music, the food, the people, and I want to get back in touch with my roots and my culture. So for me, it's a great opportunity. And at the end of the day, my family's still here, so my home is still here, but main objective towards the end of the year is probably to move back, hopefully. That'll be, I travel to Ghana, that'll be great. I'll put up videos of my travels this year on a separate video, but I traveled to Ghana. I got to go to Accra, which is where my dad stays, and I got to shop around. I got to see what's going on out there. I got to see some people about, you know, businesses and all sorts of good stuff. My main aim was to kind of focus on the Ankara material and the clothing that people are bringing out. out there, like made from the Ankara material, print material. For those who don't know what Ankara material is, it's just the basic print material. Like the dashiki I'm wearing right now, it's got prints on it. This is dashiki material. So my main aim was to kind of go out there and see what people are doing with the material, what kind of fashion is coming out with that, because my objective was to kind of incorporate Ankara material with mainstream fashion in the Western world. So to mix the two together, incorporate together, because that is right now, I think, trending. Well, it's upcoming. I think it's gonna blow up. I think it's gonna come out and it's gonna be something big. So I wanted to go out there and see what they're doing with that. At the same time, I wanted to see the opportunities in terms of makeup and beauty, because I know in the developing countries, they're only starting to focus a lot more on fashion and beauty. So for me, it was to see how far they've got with that and to see if there's a market for me to enter and build myself within that as well. So it was great. I went to Kumasi. I went to the Kumasi market, which is apparently the largest market in Western Africa, and believe me, it was huge. It was massive. It was hot. I was dying. I was wearing the bare minimum. Okay, not a short skirt that you can see my ass and crop tops or anything, but no, I was wearing like a vest up and dungarine, but something that I thought I'd be cool in. And I went to the market and I was dying of heat. I think there was so many people, it was so congested, there was heat, there was like, the market is just like, they sell everything. So they had meat, they had materials, they had jewelry, they had clothes, they had everything, and I think I was just so overwhelmed. The experience was amazing looking back at it, but in the moment I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole experience. So after Accra, I came back and I left a few things to be done by the tailor, which was what I was going to show around this period of time, but I will explain. With every thing you venture into, with every idea you venture into, there is gonna be some setbacks, and that's one of the things that I've found after coming back. So I left a few designs to be done by the tailor, who had designed a few things for me before, but they were for myself and they were just basic and they were fine. So I wanted to incorporate a lot of things into the designs that I left with her, and I think I left around a few outfits to be made, just as a for my portfolio, to show people what I can do. And I was planning, after coming back, my dad would come back with the stuff after she'd finished, because he was coming a month later. And a month later, my dad arrives, the things were ready, I'd paid the tailor her money, and the things got here, and I felt like crying because it was a huge disappointment. Everything I told her to do, although she acted like she knew what she was doing, were a complete disaster. The designs didn't look like what I'd left her. The clothes looked like nothing what I had in mind. I did not know where to start in terms of the photo shoot that I was going to do, and putting together a portfolio with the ideas that, you know, I left behind. Was disappointed. So I felt like I was gonna cry, but I had to think, right, what next? Because I can't give up on this idea just yet, because it's something that I am passionate about, something that I wanted to succeed. So my next step was to kind of sit down and do a bit of a replanning, because in the beginning the idea was I get the clothes, I come and do a photo shoot with my own makeup and the clothes, and put it in a folder where I can, when I travel to Kenya, I can show maybe potential investors or people I could work with, and kind of like take it from there. But because I didn't get the opportunity to do that, I had to make my travels to Kenya and try and find a different tailor, because apparently the tailors in Kenya I traveled to Kenya in April, beginning of April, and the aim was to find a tailor that could, you know, attempt to do some of the designs. This time I learned that I'm just gonna give one design that was a bit complicated and stick through it and see if the person can do it. And I thought if they could do that one design, then they could do the rest. Got to talk to a few people, and they did mention that the tailors are very unreliable in terms of timing and in terms of producing what you want. So I got put off a little bit, and I didn't want to waste more money on a tailor and getting materials. I mean, I did still have the materials that I got from Ghana, but I did not want to spend any more money for it to go down the drain. So I thought I'll just wait until I can talk to someone who can, you know, point me towards okay tailor, or a tailor who knows what they're doing and they're upcoming and they're not going to play me around. Basically, my main aim right now is to get my own personal tailor. I think that's the best way to do it. A lot of people that I know, they have their personal tailor. The designers that I know, they have their own personal tailor who works for them, who designs their clothes for them. Because the thing is with tailors who work for everyone, they take on so much work, regardless of the time that they're given, and then they end up doing such a rubbish job, and they end up taking so much of your time because they're not sensitive with I got people's time. See what's going on. Kenya is fast compared to Ghana. Kenya for me is a fast-paced country. You have to be quick, you have to be aggressive, you have to go in headstrong, because if you don't, you find yourself nowhere. Basically, you find yourself back at point A because someone else is taking your idea and it is moving with it. I mean, running with it or flying with it. So for me, if I'm to move to Kenya, I think I have to go headstrong. I have to know exactly what I'm doing, and I have to, you know, be aggressive about it, basically. And that's what I found from Kenya, which I'm glad, because if I'm to move to Kenya, I need to move knowing that I've got something concrete that's gonna keep me going. It is an expensive country. I have learned that, especially in terms of food and luxury. It is an expensive country, but people are making it, people are hustling, and I love that. So I think if I'm to move to Kenya with the ideas that I've got, I really need to be aggressive about it, and that is why I need to sit back again and regroup and know exactly what I'm doing. But at the moment, I think as far from what I've seen, I am going to be focusing more on makeup, more on improving my skills in makeup, more trying to find clients, trying to find people I can work with, trying to find a job within. I still need that settings, be more in that field than I am currently. So it's still gonna take a lot of work, but I am trying, I am getting there. But I'm glad that I got to travel. I'm glad I got to see what I see. I'm glad I got to know what I know now. It means I can just work harder towards what I need to achieve. So that has been great. In terms of career, I am still working at the same job that I did, but I've just cut down my hours, which is great. Like I said, it makes me focus more on what I really want to do. But yeah, in terms of career, I think that was it. Like from what I've mentioned in January, I think I've touched on everything in terms of what I want to do in terms of career prospects. So moving on to relationships. Oh, relationships and the fear of turning 25. I've always had this fear that I'm going to focus too much on my career, that I'll get to a point in my life or my age or whatever that I'm going to look back and think I should have got a husband and kids, or I'm missing out on a life that I've always wanted. I know most of you don't know me, especially if you're watching these videos, but some of you do. I'm the kind of person from a very young age. I've wanted a family, I've wanted kids, and I've wanted a husband. And I used to have it in my mind that I'll go to college, I'll go to university, I'll find my husband, well, my future husband to be whilst I'm at university, and I'll graduate and we'll work and we'll get married and we'll have kids. You know, good old fairy tale, like it happens. But for me, it didn't happen that way. I guess God had different plans. So I went to uni. I had a good fun. I'm not gonna regret anything that happened in uni. It was great fun. I got to find myself, discover myself, have the time of my life. I came out of university and it's been a roller coaster with dating and relationships when it comes to my life. So now that I'm heading to 25, I'm getting a bit worried. Not worried, but I'm feeling a bit like I'm meant to be focusing on my career as well as my relationship, because I do not want to get to 30, well, God forbid I get to 30, I hope not, and I'm still single and looking. Because I mean, as much as I'm going to have perhaps my career, I'm going to have everything I've wanted, I'm going to have a nice house, I'm going to have a nice job, God willing, I hope, with the way things are going, I don't want to feel like I've still got a part of me missing. So I did speak to my mom, and I spoke to a few people around me, and I did say I'd rather focus more on trying to not focus or not put my efforts into it, but not turn my back to finding a potential husband, a potential father to be, a potential, you know, boyfriend, just because I'm focusing so much on my career. So for me, it's been a 50-50 kind of thing. So as much as I'm focusing on trying to find what I love doing, I'm also I'm not really searching. You know, I'm not going out there and saying, right, do you want to be my husband? Or I'm not going out there trying to look for the guy, but I'm not turning people away just because I'm like, right now, I'm not interested. It has been hard, I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard having to date someone and it doesn't work out. Each and every time you feel like you're giving a part of you away that you'll never get back. So it has been difficult for me, especially because I'm a very in tune with my emotions, maybe extremely in tune with my emotions, that everything gets to me, especially that, because it makes me question, like, is there something that it's not good enough within me? I know it's not right. I know a lot of you women will be like, listen, stop, but it's inevitable. It's something you think about and then you snap out of it. So yeah, every time someone leaves or it doesn't work out, you think, well, when is it gonna work out? It's been hard to come in terms with the fact that things didn't work out the way I'd hoped they would. It's hard to come in terms with the fact that I'm not one of those girls who met their life partner the first time they dated, because I know some people that happens to them. You know, you date someone the first time and it's the person you spend the rest of your life with. But at the same time, recently I've learned not to envy anyone's love life, not to envy anyone's relationships, because you never know what's going on. I mean, I've been listening to the Tiwa Savage story recently, and it's really hit me that, you know, you can look at someone's relationship and think, wow, they have it all. I mean, they've got the money, they've just had a baby, you know, happy family, until things like this happen and you think, whoa, okay, yeah, took me by surprise. So I've learned over time not to envy anyone's relationship. I've learned to focus on me and focus on my life, focus on my relationship, and probably just make myself a better person for the person who's gonna come into my life and try to wife me. Well, you know. But it hasn't been easy. Like I said, every person you date takes a bit away from you. Every relationship I've entered took a bit away from me. So beginning of the year, I thought I had it good, but things didn't go so well. It was a long January because of everything that was going on in terms of my relationship. It broke me down. It got me, I must say, I got a bit sick for a while, because everything was just not working out for me. And it got to a point I just had to tell myself, listen, you are worth more than that. Because what happened is, I prayed because I could feel like I was getting to a place where I'm about to give everything, and I'm a believer in God, and I'm a believer in that if you ask him for anything, he would deliver. So I prayed and I said, God, I know I'm getting myself way into this. I need to know if this the person that is meant to be with me, if this the person for me, and every day I prayed. I would go to church, I prayed, and things started crumbling within our relationship, and I started getting angry, and I got so angry. I stopped praying because I thought maybe I'm seeing things that are not there. Maybe I just don't want it to work out, and everything just crumbled and truth started coming out, and I broke down, and it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult at the time, but at the end of the day I came to understand that I did ask for this. I did ask for a sign. I did ask for God to show me if that was the right person for me, and obviously he wasn't, because what I found out was it was hard. But it was the hard truth which I needed to know, and I'm glad that I do now. Looking back, I'm glad that didn't work out. I'm in a happy place. After that I decided I'm just gonna give myself some time, give myself a break, just to heal, because I'm the kind of person who goes from one relationship to another without giving myself a chance to heal. But it was kind of nice giving myself that space to just make myself happy. And after all that, right now I can say things are great with me in terms of just loving myself. I realized one thing: even though I get into a relationship, or if I do, I'm with someone, I learned that the only way to truly be happy within that relationship is to be happy within myself. So make myself happy and not rely on the other person to make me happy. I mean, he is meant to add on to that joy that I have. So at the end of the day, even though I'm together with someone, I'm not really relying on them or depending on them to add on to anything that I've got. I mean, have my own happiness, have my own independence, to a certain extent. Girls out there, for all those of you who are like, well, I'm independent, have my own money, I do my own thing. No, darling, you are still a woman. Like, I believe that, you're a woman, he's a man. Both of you have egos, but there's a way to truly act when you're with someone. Like, you don't make yourself you can't make yourself be the man and the woman in the relationship, because then why are you with him? Like, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, fair enough, you have your own opinion, but for me, I believe that he's a man for a reason and you're a woman for a reason. If you're in a relationship, play your role. I mean, I am independent in the fact that yes, I have my own job, I don't have to ask him for money. Yes, I have my own happiness, yes, I have my own joy, yes, I have my own things that I'm doing, but at the end of the day, there's no need for me to make him feel less than a man. That's one thing I learned. Be responsible for your own happiness. If a man does come along, let him just add on to that happiness. Don't I think in the past I went into a relationship expecting for that person to bring back the joy that I lost within the last relationship. At the end of the day, all you end up doing is hoping for him to screw up so you can be able to tell him, see, I told you so, I knew you were gonna screw up, you're just like any other man. But really and honestly, if you go into a mindset like that into a relationship, you are not ready, and all you're gonna do is end up hurting yourself and someone else in turn. So yeah, so far, career-wise, relationship-wise, it's great. I hope it stays that way. I am in a happy place. It is, I'm not saying it's easy, it is difficult, especially in terms of my relationship right now, and in terms of where I am at in terms of building my career's prospects. It is difficult, it's not easy, but it is good because I can see it moving, I can see something coming out of it, and it feels so good. So if I have any advice to tell you out there is, yes, there is going to be setbacks when you're trying to build something. Don't let that stop you, especially if it is something you have got a passion for. Don't let it as a learning curve. Take whatever you can from it and think, right, let me resketch everything, let me see what else I can do differently. In terms of relationships, I mean, I think from what my experience is, don't go into a relationship giving it everything, like everything you've got. Don't rush into a relationship. Be sure. I think in my head, I believe if you will know you will know if the right person is coming to. I think all this time there's always been that denial. I mean, you're with someone, right? Someone can ask you, oh, so how's it going with so and so, and in your head, you know, you've got your doubts, but your answer is always, oh, we're fine, you know, he's doing this, and you're trying to cover up for everything that he's not doing. So I believe when you meet someone who's great for you, you will know because of everything they do. I mean, guys are meant to pursue, and he is meant to pursue. You know that saying, they say, you know, that someone can be so busy, but they will make time to contact you. They will always have time to see how you're doing, to get in touch. And if they're not, because they claim they're too busy, well, girl, honey, you know how much interest they have in you. So yeah, you will know. They will pursue you until you get fed up. Don't always go for the looks. I think girls, we have this standards, very high standards that we tend to stick to. Tall, dark and handsome, you know, funny, you know, has this charm about them, but not everybody comes in that package. So you need to find your own package, and that doesn't come from the physical aspect. I think it comes from what's within. And don't let a guy like you because of your physical aspects, because you've got a huge ass or you've got a pretty face. Let them like you for something totally outside that. Something, you know, when someone gives you a compliment and he has got nothing to do with your looks, I think that's what gets to me the most. Is someone tells me, you know, I just love the way you're passionate about this. Wow, for me that is like, okay, at least I know if these looks are not there no more, he's still gonna like something about me, you know. If ever I take out this braids and you see my hair is this short, well, it's not, but you know, you're still gonna like me. If I take out this makeup and my eyes are not, and my skin is not as flawless as this, at least you're gonna like me. So yeah, I think when you do find the right guy, I think you will know. You know, love is a feeling that you can't explain. So I think you'll get to a point where you're feeling something, but you just cannot explain it, and you're trying so hard not to feel that feeling, but it's still there. I think then you know that you have found someone. And pray. I mean, for all those you believers out there, pray about it. I don't believe God has ever let me down, and I don't think he'll let you down. So if you're in doubt, get on your knees and ask the Lord, I hope, for guidance. You've enjoyed this video. It's just been a talk, you know. I'm turning 25 soon. I am a bit scared that my life has flown by. You know, it's not been the usual college, university, get married, have kids, have a career by 25. It's I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing at 24 heading to 25. I'm not where I wanted to be, but I'm where I should be, and I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for the people in my life, and I'm grateful to be sharing this with all of you, and I do hope you continue watching. I will try, and I mean, I've got more time now, so definitely there is going to be more videos, more tutorials. Right now I've got my braids from Kenya. I'm loving them. I got beads on them, and I'm wearing a dashiki. I was trying to be all African, got personal. Yes, I knew that, but sometimes you have to. I mean, sometimes you have to share with the people what's going on. You have to share a bit of wisdom, a bit of words of wisdom, you know, share a bit of what you know and your experiences. But it has been great. It has been a great couple of months. So far, so good. There has been ups and downs. He's not been perfect, and he's still not perfect either. It's still hard. There's still a few things, if I could change, I would, but because I can't, I have to embrace it as it is. But I'm sure in time, I'm sure by the time I sit down to do another chit chat video, things will be 10 times better. I do pray and hope on that. But apart from that, I wish you all a great week, a great day. Share, subscribe. That will be great, and I'll see you soon. I hope. I will be making more videos, and I will be doing another makeup tutorial very, very soon. I'll see you all next time. Bye. Sorry, the light's coming in. Ooh, team light skinned. You know. Oh, the sun's nice. I look a bit lighter, don't I? I'm sorry, feeling myself a little bit. And but yeah, so makeup is looking kind of nice. I like having braids. Do you think braids suit me? This light is so good. Ooh. Sometimes I feel like I'm still a kid, although I'm turning 25, but I don't care. Young at heart, that's what it's all about. Bye.